La primera gira en español de las 11:30 de
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the world famous Universal Studios Hollywood tour. My name is Dennis. I'll be your guide today as we lift the veil of secrecy on some of Hollywood's hottest sets. We are just moments away from taking off, so folks, make sure you got a pair of 3D glasses. If you don't, raise your hand right now, and one of our team members will gladly get you a pair. This is your last chance to ask for those glasses. Now, you folks are really lucky. You're on board one of our new electric trams, all part of our efforts at Universal Destinations and Experiences to help the environment. And here to tell you all about them is today's show co-host and weather anchor, Mr. Al Roker.
I'm proud to announce that Universal Studios Hollywood is converting the world-famous studio tour trams to become electric vehicles. As these trams roll out, guests will be experiencing all the movie-making action propelled by the latest energy-efficient technology. Now, this is just one example of NBC Universal's and Comcast's commitment to becoming carbon neutral by 2035, helping us all take another step toward reducing our carbon footprint. So, welcome aboard for an awesome experience that's also awesome for the environment.
Get in the road, Jack.
What you say? Road Jack, don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. If you say so, I'm not the type of thing to go. That's right, Road Jack, don't come back.
Alrighty, folks, now it's time for me to officially start the tour by introducing my co-host. You guys know him from The Tonight Show on NBC. He is the one, the only Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Dennis.
And the greatest driver.
James.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
James.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Alrighty, folks, take a look at your screens and follow along with me. First, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or if you have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please, no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, fire effects, and many water effects, so you may get wet. There are also sudden tram movements during the tour, so secure your personal belongings and hold on. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. Now, check out the road that we're driving on right now. It's our timeline. Here to the left, you can see the construction being done for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, our new roller coaster opening here next year. To the right, we've got fire station number 51. Now, if you folks are wondering why we have a fire station at a movie and TV studio, that's because our lot is humongous. It's more than 400 acres wide. It is so big that we're also known as Universal City. And just like any other city, we've got a fire station, a police department, even postal service, in case you want to send someone a letter while you're visiting us. Of course, what we specialize in is making movies and TV shows, and we do that at our Soundstages. They're like big warehouses where they build the sets of the various productions filming here. In fact, right now on your left, you guys can see Soundstage 12. It's one of the oldest but largest ones here, and it's in there where we shot all these movies.
Say hello to my little friend.
Alright folks, now we've made it to the front lot. Here to the right is the side of Super Nintendo World, home to Mario and Luigi. To the left we've got more sound stages at numbers 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7, where shows like Superstore, which starred America Ferrera and Ben Feldman, was filmed.
I know it's hot in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat
makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
More recent productions shot in this area include the Emmy Award-winning series Hacks, currently streaming on Max, and they're also shooting the 4th and final season of Bel Air in this area, specifically at Soundstages 8 and 7, as well as number 14, which you'll see once we go around the corner. Now, all of the trucks and trailers that you're seeing around this area belong to that show, and they can be a number of things. They can be the actors' dressing rooms, makeup rooms, storage area for wardrobe. Now, it was actually outside of Soundstage 14, which you're gonna see in just a moment, where the stars of that series, Javari Banks and Ali Sholatin, shot the video that you're seeing on your screens. Now, when they're here on the lot, they are always having fun. They grab the golf carts, they come up to the trams, they go around the sets, and just like them, we too are gonna have fun on this tour, folks, because it may be a holiday, but we're still busy here. So, whenever you see anyone walking or driving past the tram throughout the tour, please do not be shy. Make sure to put that arm up in the air and wave it like you just don't care, because we love to greet everyone who comes to visit us here. But I need to know how good all of you are at greeting everybody here. So I want everyone on cars 1, 2, 3, and 4 to raise their arms with me right now. Come on, put them up there. Don't be shy. There you go. There you go. Now, wave them side to side. Left, right, left, left, right, left. Faster, 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 faster. Try that throughout the tour. Trust me, you're gonna have way more fun. Alrighty, folks. Now we're going through an area where maybe the original version of Bel Air, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, may have been filmed if it was shot here. This is called Sitcom Alley, and we shot a lot of classics here, like The Jeffersons, One Day at a Time, Even Different Strokes. More recent productions shot in this area include the Apple TV Plus series Loot with Ms. Maya Rudolph, A Man on the Inside with Ted Danson, which streams on Netflix, and The Paper, which will be streaming exclusively on Peacock starting this fall. Now, further ahead down this road, on your left-hand side, you're gonna see a statue of Ted on the corner. Right behind it are our bungalows. Those used to be the dressing rooms of some of Hollywood's biggest stars back in the golden age of cinema. Actors like Rock Hudson, Doris Day, even Lucille Ball, all of them practically lived there when they were filming here. These were their home away from home, and you can see why. These are quite large and spacious. Today, though, they're production offices, and here to tell you more about them are the stars of How to Train Your Dragon.
Hey there, Studio Tour. I'm Jared Butler.
I'm Mason Thames.
And I'm Nico Parker.
You know, these bungalows to your left are actually production offices.
Home to some of Hollywood's biggest filmmakers, including Mark Platt, one of the producers of our new live-action movie, How to Train Your Dragon.
Everyone wave. You might be there right now.
And if you haven't already, be sure to meet the iconic and beloved Toothless over in the closet.
And see our movie only in theaters now.
But in the meantime, here's a sneak peek.
Everything we know about dragons is wrong.
All right, bud, you ready? Watch out!
How to Train Your Dragon, rated PG, in theaters now.
Yes, and our very own Universal Cinema on City Walk as well. By the way, Mark Platt Productions are also the folks behind Wicked. Another big production company in this area is Illumination Entertainment, the folks behind the Minions. And right now you can see Bungalow 5195 to the left. That's the office of the De Laurentiis Company, but you may have noticed Alfred Hitchcock's profile next to that bungalow's number. That actually used to be his office many years ago. Now, from our bungalows, where producers, directors, and writers are working on their ideas, we've made it to the back lot, where they bring those ideas to life at places like Soundstages 25 and 26 here on the left-hand side. Built back in 2016. Since then, these soundstages have been home to shows like Lopez vs. Lopez, America's Got Talent. It's currently home to St. Denis Medical, and it's also where we shot the revival of Will and Grace.
Anastasia Beaver has just an ordinary tourist from the Midwest.
Oh, me too. What part?
Minnesota, Wisconsin. Over the fighting Caucasians.
Now, although that scene looks like it was shot in our metro area, which you're going to start seeing on the right-hand side, all of that was done inside these sound stages to the left using green screen technology. Now, returning to our metro sets, this area that you're seeing here can represent big cities like New York, Chicago, even Los Angeles, and we've got some iconic neighborhoods in this area, and buildings as well. In fact, if you keep on looking to the right-hand side, in just a moment, you're going to see a brick building with an emergency sign on it. That's actually the entrance to St. Denis Regional Medical Center. Across the street from it are some buildings that have stairs in front of them. That is Brownstone Street, where we shot all these movies. again from Brownstone Street. We're actually heading over to perhaps the most famous location on the lot. It is officially called Courthouse Square, but many of you know it as the town of Hill Valley from Back to the Future.
Let's go watch. No deal. You would like this. Deal.
Now, a lot of people think that the building here on the left-hand side is actually the clock tower from Back to the Future movies. What you're seeing, though, is a facade that's covering it up. Look closely. This facade only has 2 columns. The clock tower from Back to the Future had 4 columns. It turns out that tower became so popular and recognizable, producers couldn't film anything else here without it being associated with those movies. So they asked the studio to cover it up with that City Hall facade that you're seeing right now. And if you guys don't believe me, here is, well, a little bit more from Back to the Future. See? That clock tower has 4 columns, not 2. Now we've made it all the way to the East Coast. We're here on New York Street, a slice of the Big Apple, where you guys can find Broadway theaters, even a Macy's store. Unfortunately, if you guys want to buy me something, you're not going to find much, because guess what? None of these buildings are real. Most of them are facades, just the front and sides of what look like real buildings or homes, made with light materials like foam rubber, fiberglass, plastic, even plywood. We make them with these materials because they're easier to tear down in case we need to build another set for a movie or show. Whatever takes place inside of them is all shot at our Soundstages. There we have better control over the space, lighting, even the sound. Now, here to tell you more about this metro area is once again Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Now, the cool thing about filming here versus the real world is that we don't have to pay for filming permits whenever we're shooting here. We can film early in the morning or late at night like we do when we're shooting shows like American Ninja Warrior. You know, when they're shooting overnight here, we don't have to worry about waking up residents. And we're about to pull off crazy stunts, which I'll tell you more about perhaps later. But now, it's time to get ready for our next stop. It's called Skull Island, and it's a setting of King Kong 360 3D. And here to tell you all about it is the director of Universal's 2005 version of King Kong. He's also the founder of Weta FX, the company that made this ride. Here's Mr. Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Folks, adventure awaits us, so please remain seated and hold on because we're heading back to Skull Island. folks, put on those 3D glasses because we've made it to Skull Island. Make some noise for King Kong 360 3D. Alrighty folks, let's check out this behind the scenes video of the making of this ride. Like I said before, Weta is the company behind it. They've actually won several Oscars, one of them for Avatar, The Way of Water. They also worked on the original Avatar, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Wonder Woman, and of course King Kong. Their relationship with Universal goes all the way back to the 90s when they made special effects for hit TV series like Hercules and its spin-off, Xena Warrior Princess. Here's more on the making of this ride.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where people are looking. They're looking straight ahead, they're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts, because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Now here at Universal, we love monsters so much that we not only make rides with them, but we even make artwork with them. In fact, in just a moment on your right-hand side, you guys are going to see a beautiful mural that is a tribute to Universal's monsters, the ones that put our studio on the map during its early days. This piece of art was done by artist Tristan Eaton, who has worked with a number of big brands and even former US presidents. Here is more on the making of it.
An instrumental part of the process of designing these murals was getting to go to the Universal archive. Going there, I got to see in person props from the movies, photos from behind the scenes, original illustrations from those movie posters, all this stuff. I had an early affection for movie monsters. I was always fascinated by the magic behind making movies, but I fell in love with zombie movies and monster movies as a young kid. My world that I come from is skateboarding and graffiti and comic books. You always have to pay homage to where that art form started. And for me, it started with painting stuff in the street illegally. You know, tagging billboards and dumpsters. You know, without that, I never would be here using spray paint like this.
Now folks, not everything is so fantastic on our lot. We have a lot of fun, especially at Soundstages 30 to 33, which you can see there on the left-hand side, which are home to shows like The Voice, as well as Happy's Place, which stars Ms. Reva McEntire. Now, running alongside these sound stages is a body of water that we call the Hollywood Ocean. If you've been here before, many years ago, we had an attraction there called the Parting of the Red Sea, where basically the water would split in two and the tram would drive right in the middle of it. That attraction was inspired by the classic movie The Ten Commandments, which starred Mr. Charlton Heston. In fact, for the inauguration of that ride, they brought Mr. Heston here to part the waters for the guests as they sat on the tram and it glided through that body of water. But guess what? The tram isn't the only thing that's been in that water, because that area is also home to the creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, I have a question for you folks. Who here wants to go with me to the other side of the world? If the answer is yes, raise your hands. Anybody? This is why I like you folks. Y'all are adventurous. All right, take out your cameras and cell phones if you haven't done so yet. Because we've been magically whisked away to another continent, folks. We're here going up the cobblestone streets of Little Europe. Ooh la la. It's here where productions like Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, which starred Brandy and Whitney Houston, was filmed, where they've shot scenes for the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, where the Muppets have worked, and where just last year, actor Pedro Pascal filmed a Corona commercial. Some of you may also recognize this area as The Good Place, setting of the hit comedy, which starred Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this.
You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Now, you just heard what the bad place is like, but in a moment, I'm gonna show you what it looks like, because Little Europe is actually famous thanks to all of the classic monster movies that filmed here back in the early days of the studio. Productions like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Mummy, even The Invisible Man, they all shot here. So folks, beware, because anyone or anything can be lurking around these buildings.
He's in the woods. Get out the bloodhounds. Raise all the men you can, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Take your torches and go!
Why don't you shoot her?
Now, a lot of Hollywood style filmmakers and even actors are huge fans of those monster movies, and here's what they had to tell us about them.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame,
The Invisible Man,
Phantom of the Opera.
Classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, the flathead, bald, it's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film.
I was just mesmerized by these movies.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They're still ringing in our memories now, and we love them.
Now, the cool thing about the tour is that we not only show you exterior sets like the ones that you've been seeing in Little Europe, but we also show you what they look like inside a real working soundstage, and that's why we're now entering Soundstage 50. So we just ask that everyone please remain seated and hold on as we enter this building. Now, Soundstage number 50 is quite unique. It's only 2-level soundstage, and it's currently dressed up to look like a subway station in the city of San Francisco. They have been filming a movie in here. Of course, because of the holiday weekend, they're on hiatus. But if you guys look to the left, you can see all of the equipment that they've left behind, like the lights, the camera. They have a director's chair over here, even a hair and makeup station. James, what was that? Oh, folks, we're going through a shake and quake. Guacamole, folks. We just survived the big one. Now, if you thought there was a lot of water in that area, just wait till you get to our next stop because it has a lot more water. Trust me, it's a nice coastal town that's actually celebrating. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the blockbuster film Jaws, and just up ahead is Amity Island. But before we head over, maybe we better check in with Police Chief Martin Brody.
Hi folks, Chief Brody here. You may have heard we have a shark problem, so I'm afraid the beaches are closed.
Yeah, you got a real bad fish out there, Chief. I'm here to offer my services.
Thanks, Mr. Quint, but we do already have a plan.
You can hire me and be open this summer, or you can play it cheap.
Well, we do have Officer George patrolling the waters already.
Georgie? Ivy? Sounds like amateur hour to me. Good luck with that one, Chief.
Now, if you guys are wondering about the shark that's tormented the residents of this area for decades, please do not worry. We've already captured it. It is hanging out literally outside of that hotel on your right-hand side. Now, as a safety precaution, oh my gosh. Are you kidding me, folks? There's another shark in the water with... Oh my goodness gracious, and that's our scuba diver, George! George, buddy! Get out of the water and jump on the boat! James, call security, there's a man in danger in there! George, can you hear me? The shark is coming for you, get out of there! Oh no, they just took George into sushi. Okay, look, everyone just stay calm and seated, all right? Our driver is, yeah, he's one of the best in all of Hollywood, and he's gonna get us out of here ASAP. Are you kidding me? How can you stop the tram here? There's a man-eating shark in there. Oh my gosh. This is going from bad to worse. Call up the fire station. Folks, help is on the way. I can assure you we're gonna get out of here safe and sound. There is nothing to fret about. I can assure you. Oh my gosh. I just saw my life flash before my sunglasses. Look, if you thought that was scary, just imagine what it was like making this attraction.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Now, if you thought Jaws stole the show in Old Mexico, in Amity Island, guess who is upstaging it? None other than oh my gosh. Yeah, Mother Nature here in Old Mexico, because that thunder sure is loud and it is pouring in here. I hope some of you brought some umbrellas. But you know what? I'm not going to let Mother Nature distract me, all right? I'm going to tell you about all the wonderful productions that have been filmed here, including music videos like... Sorry, that thunder just startled me. I was just going to say, yeah, Lady Gaga filmed the music video for Judas in this area. Enrique Iglesias also filmed the music video for Bailamos here. Even classic movies like The Three Amigos with actor Steve Martin was shot here. Now, one of the things that I most love about this area is what is that noise? Oh my gosh, it's a flash flood. James, get us out of here. Everyone take cover. Oh my goodness. Holy Jimmy Jungle, folks. You see, this is why I tell everybody, you gotta be careful with your cameras and belongings. You never know when you'll get slish-slashed on the tour, and then you'll end up looking like the villain in this scene from the movie Big Fat Liar with Amanda Bynes and Frankie Muniz.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Hang on, funny folks!
case you were wondering, all of that water came out of tanks at the top of the hill in Old Mexico, which have thousands of gallons that are recycled for that flash flood effect. Now we've moseyed on down to the Wild Wild West. This is Six Flags, Texas, where stars like Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio shot scenes from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's where the movie Maxine was shot and where this cowboy roamed many years ago.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. Now get.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
Oh, that Jimmy. Always horsing around, unlike these cowboys. Now, as we drive alongside the other half of our Western sets once again, you'll notice that we have a lot of props outside of these facades. Things like wagons, coffins, toy ponies, the list goes on and on. If you're wondering why we leave them outdoors and don't put them in a storage unit, that's done on purpose so that they can soak up the sun, the rain, and the dust and look worn the way they would in the Wild Wild West. Another area that we're going to be driving alongside once again in just a moment is Amity Island, which hasn't always been that island. It was actually known as the town of Cabot Cove from the classic TV series Murder, She Wrote. And if you don't believe me, look behind the little white boat that we've got in that area. In the docking area, you can see the words Cabot Cove. And well, here's a look at that classic series that I was just telling you about with Ms. Angela Lansbury. Now we made it to the suburbs. Over on your left is Elm Street, where they've shot scenes for Netflix's Never Have I Ever, as well as for Bravo reality show The Valley. To the right-hand side is our famous Chicken Ranch, which looks like a real home, but it's not. It's a practical set. That means it has a steel infrastructure, and it's surrounded by all those walls, which allows producers to film both inside and outside of it.
Fucking jails are dude.
One neighborhood with a lot of practical sets is the one on your left. That's Colonial Street, where they just wrapped production on the first season of The Burbs with Keke Palmer. For many years it was known as Wisteria Lane to fans of Desperate Housewives, and it's also where we shot Peacock's 10. Now, as we leave this area, we're heading up what's known as Steven Spielberg Drive. And it's no coincidence that we have a road named after him, thanks to our long relationship with the Academy Award-winning director.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Now, if Steven would have been on today's tour, he would have loved this next stop to the left. It's our picture cars display area, and picture cars are any vehicles that appear in a movie or TV show. You'll probably want one of those picture cars to drive fast and furiously away from this next stop. It's the infamous Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You just saw the Psycho House on your screens, but start looking left because you'll get to see it up close and personal. Oh my gosh, there he is. It's Norman Bates. Norman, what are you doing there? I thought you were away for the holidays. Oh my goodness, James, get us out of here. That man has a knife in his hand. Uh-oh. Car number 4, watch out, he's coming for you. Oh my gosh. If you thought that was scary, wait till I tell you about this next stop. It is the set of the movie War of the Worlds, which starred Mr. Tom Cruise. Now folks, the airplane on your left is real. It cost the producers of the movie about $60,000, but almost $200,000 to split it up into different pieces and then transport it to Universal Studios. Here is more on the making of that movie.
The airplane crashed is perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision speed.
Again, to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen, man. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now close. Robbie, get in. Get in.
Now folks, we are almost getting to the end of the tour. We've got about 15 more minutes left till we get back to the theme park. So if you have an emergency, drop something on the road or need to use a restroom, pull the cord on the ceiling, stay seated, and I'll go over and assist you. But please do not jump off the tram for your safety. Now get ready, because we're heading over to Jupiter's Claim, the theme park featured in Jordan Peele's Nope.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking room. Have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, Rush Frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of a UFO hotspot. What's a bad miracle? You're about to find out. Welcome to the world of
Folks, you know that noise that you've been hearing? Those are the UFOs going above the tram. Everybody look down at the floor for your safety. Do not make eye contact with them or they'll take you away. James, look down. Folks, if your name is Edwin, you better look down or they're gonna take you away. Oh my gosh, they're gone. Everybody can look up again. Whoa, folks, we survived, my goodness gracious. You know what? There's no better way to celebrate a survival than by coming to the end of the tour, folks. That's right. We have escaped that area and now we're heading back to the theme park. But to say goodbye to all of you, here is once again Jimmy Fallon.
I can't believe it. We've made it to the end of our tour, you guys. How about
Dennis
and
James?
Weren't they the best? Hey, before we go, I'd like to sing you a little song I made up. I was just 5 years old. It's called Tramtastic. Oh, God. We had a real good time together. Now the ride is done. We saw some crazy cool stuff. And we had a lot of fun. This tram has made its final stop. Don't be sad and blue. 'Cause there's still one more thing that I'd like to say to you.
Sing it if you know it.
Have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Come on, have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Just watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Just for the dads now, and everything will be alright. Just for the moms, just Jaws. Okay, have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Watch your step as you exit the tram. Everything will be alright. Yeah! Thank you for coming to the Universal Tour, everybody. Get home safe. Tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Just watch your step as you exit the tram. And everything will be alright. Have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Just watch your step as you exit the tram. And everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
Yes, everything will be alright. As you head back into the park, look for more mega movie summer fun, food, and photo ops for a limited time only, including an all-new character meet and greet that includes Brody and Quint at the Hanging Shark in front of Waterworld for Jaws' 50th anniversary, or go meet Elphaba and Glinda near feature presentation. Now folks, we are almost getting back to our unload area. Once we do, please watch your step as you exit the vehicle. If you're sitting next to or leaning against the tram doors, be careful, they will be lifting them up. And don't forget to drop off your 3D glasses in the blue and silver bins you'll see out there. Also folks, we highly recommend downloading the Universal Studios Hollywood app, where you can see wait times for other attractions, show times for Waterworld, the live SeaWorld Spectacular, and even order food online. Also, if you guys want to upgrade your pass to an annual one, so that you can come back again and 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 again. Don't forget to stop by the Universal box office, where they can help you out with that. And that's about it, folks. Once again, my name is Dennis, our driver's name is James. I'm gonna be by the directory in a bit in case you have any questions or want to stop by and say hi. We hope you have a tramtastic 4th of July. Take care. And folks, please stay seated until our staff arrives to open up the doors for you. If this tram is still parked next to ours, please exit to the left towards the back of the tram, all right? In the meantime, though, check out all of our time.